the 2005-2006 academic year, a small group of employees came together and wanted to honor student leaders. Since that time, we've raised almost $10,000 to use for scholarships. And we've been able to honor student leaders who are leaders in their communities or on campus.
You know, I'm a first-generation college student. You know, my mother dropped out of school when she was in 9th grade. My brothers have all dropped out of school and, you know, really led a life of drugs and poverty and prison. And so I just learned from my family. I'm from a family, there's 11 people in my family. I'm the youngest of 9 children. And so coming up from that situation, I wasn't expected to go to college. I wasn't expected to, I guess, even essentially finish high school. I didn't have to. I wasn't pressed to do that. I just see people in these situations and it's like, man, you can overcome that. By having donors give money and by helping, it really, really helped me, and I wouldn't have gotten to this position. I don't know if I would have ever even gotten this far if it wasn't for that.
When we look for a student leader, we look for somebody who's not just a volunteer. The volunteer doesn't know he wants to do that job. The leader is the person who can look at that other person and recognize the talent and get them involved and pull them along. And the nice thing about the Leadership Scholarship is that it's not dependent on a person's grade point average. Sure, there's a minimum of a 2.0 grade point, but it's not like they have to be the most outstanding athlete to get a scholarship. They don't have to be the best student academically to get the scholarship. They can be a leader and get a scholarship. And that's what we're rewarding in our Leadership Scholarship, is we're rewarding those people who engage others and get them to do something they didn't know they wanted to do.
I received the Student Scholarship Leadership Award last year for $400, and at that point I was pretty much on my way out of school. I couldn't afford it. I no longer receive financial aid because I used it the first time I went to college. And I've had to change career paths, and I'm going into nursing, which is very expensive. Community college has been my only choice because of the cost, and I'm so thankful I went to Kirtland. Getting this $1,000 today means that I will be able to go again in the fall. I was scared because I don't receive any more financial aid, and I already work 2 part-time jobs, and I do a lot of volunteer work. That doesn't exactly bring in the funds to continue my education. So getting this means, again, that in the fall when I register for classes, I don't have to worry about trying to pick up 4 or 5 more shifts a week. It means that I don't have to worry about being away from my family any longer than I already am. It means that I'm going to have a little bit of a cushion here because people were so generous in buying raffle tickets and buying chili and just donating for whatever cause. It means that I get to continue on and fulfill my dreams of now becoming the nurse that I've always wanted to